Hello and welcome back to Firestorm Games, and you're joining us for another episode of the Hobby Table. In this video we're going to be taking a look inside the latest releases for Nighthaunt, which is of course these Grimghast Reapers, and as always we'll be opening up this box, taking a look at the miniatures as they're built, and also talking about some of the features and the aesthetics of them as well. So let's get this box opened up. So inside the box, the first thing that we get is the standard Games Workshop instruction booklet. Everything is full colour, all the components are numbered as they are on the sprue, so it makes it very easy to find the exact component that you need for each step. Now in addition to that, we also have the rules printed at the back and also some ideas on how you can paint your Grimghast Reapers as well. Next up, we have the sprues themselves. Now in this box set, we get a set of 3 sprues, and these are duplicated, so we have 2 of each of these individual sprues, which allows us to make the 10 Grimghast Reapers that we get in this box set. So with the contents looked at, let's get some of these miniatures assembled. So let's start off by talking about the composition of this unit. Now inside the box we get enough components to assemble 10 Grimghast Reapers. Now that's basically 2 of 5 different sculpts that we get in the set, 4 of them being your regular Grimghast Reapers and 1 of them being a choice between assembling this as an extoller of a Shaiish or as a regular Grimghast Reaper. Now that choice between the 2 is pretty much where the customization in the set starts and also ends. You don't get any extra options that you can swap out, don't get any extra poses. You basically get a different weapon option for the unit leader and a few extra bells that you can hang from the bottom of his robes. But apart from those small things, that's about it. Now it does mean that if you're running a large unit of these or several units of these, you're going to find duplication of poses even amongst the same unit. To alleviate this, you could take some of the different sculpt miniatures from the Soul Wars box set and kind of mix them in a little bit, just to give a little bit more variety. Now one of the things you may have noticed that I've done with this set is I've actually left the heads off, and this isn't really an option detailed in the instruction booklet. It's just something I noticed. All the heads are separate, which means they can be easily left off, giving these kind of empty hooded appearance, which is very similar to the Murmorn Banshees, which have been released as well, where you know that there's something there, there's almost like a physical form, but it's kind of just, it's more hinted at by the shape of the cloth that's draped over them. So let's talk a little bit about the aesthetics. Like most of the Nighthaunts, these guys are pretty much just a disembodied floating torso with arms and a head, and usually a very sharp, nasty looking weapon. But these guys do have really nice dynamic poses. They're all quite a lot larger than the Chain Rasps, and also the Glaive Ray Stalkers as well. Kind of makes them stand out against some of these smaller battle line units. The poses are also excellent as well. We have these sweeping scythe motions that all of them have, and they're all kind of in the middle of a scythe movement, so it's either being held above their head, it's being pulled to one side, or it's coming down on an opponent in front of them. So it's very lots of movement, lots of flowing in the robes, and I really like how there are some sort of basing items at the bottom of the base, either remnants of gravestones or skulls or other items you would expect these guys to be floating around. You can definitely see where these miniatures' influence comes from. It has the typical Grim Reaper appearance. We have the large scythe and also the hooded black robes if you paint them that way. There's also a lot of influence from the Khan Wraith as well, so it's quite nice to have a unit which is linked to a leader unit or a hero unit as well. It means you can have a very thematic looking army. So let's finish off assembling these Grimghast Reapers and take a look at the finished miniatures. And here we have the completed Grimghast Reapers. Now these really are some excellent looking miniatures. They really fit the whole aesthetic of the Nighthaunt army. They fit nicely amongst the other units, but also have their own kind of flair as well. Now the only thing that's kind of bad about this unit is the severe lack of customization. They're pretty much push fit miniatures without the push fit ability, but they are a battle line unit and they do have some pretty good stat lines for the game as well, so definitely worth picking up. Now, if you wanted to add some of these Reapers to your army, they're available on the Firestorm Games webstore, and I'll include a link to them both on screen now and also in the description below. Now, the RRP of this unit is £27.50, but on the Firestorm Games webstore you can find them for 10% less than the RRP. If you enjoyed this video, do let us know in the comments below, and also make sure you subscribe to be kept up to date with all of our latest videos. And so we just want to finish off by saying a big thank you for watching this video, and we hope to see you again on Firestorm Games.